Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenganjeru. Now, I want to ask you a question. How blind can love be? Because I believe that even when love is blind, when you get into a relationship, those eyes can open, pop wide open. And I am speaking this in regards to what people can do and the lengths people can go in as much as love is concerned. I have always maintained on this show that our basic or our primary role is to pair men and women for the sake of marriage. And you see, when people are in love, there is so much they can do. They can go to extreme ends. They can decide to explore. But remember, choices have what? Choices have what, ladies and gentlemen? Choices have consequences. If you choose to travel through that path, there will be consequences, whether you like it or not, whether you feel it or you don't. So there will be consequences. And one, I have always told people, before you get married to somebody, stop committing in terms of finances. You've seen what happened. And sometimes people will lure you, love bomb you. You heard Joyce's case, the case of Joyce. Do we say Joyce's case, where she was conned 45,000 because the man was claiming he has a business that he wants to clear. And what did Joyce do? She just gave out the money. And out of love, only to realize that the guy was not in love in the first place. And it feels bad. I have also told people, don't send nudes. You see, don't unclothe yourself. Don't undress in front of camera and then be sending your nudes to somebody. Do people listen? No, they don't. And then when rubber hits the road, that becomes subject to blackmail. And you see, there are these young men, these young women who have nothing to lose. And somebody takes, you see, I'm speaking this in regards to one of the ladies we are having on the show. At the age of 57, what business do you have sending nudes to a young man in the 30s and 40s? And that man will bombard you with love, emotions. At the end of the day, he realizes that you have some money, and those photos will become subject to blackmail. You see, you have a reputation to protect. You have a family to answer to. You have a society that holds you to high esteem. And this is you now in a very compromised situation. You've just sent photos to a very young man, and this young man has even confessed he has nothing to lose. And because you want to save face, you become subject to what? To blackmail. So rule number 2, after not sending money, don't send nudes. And I think this one should come as rule number 1, because people rarely listen. Some of these things that people do when they fall in love are out of this world. I have always maintained that it is very difficult to advise a man or a woman who is in love, especially women. You cannot advise them. You try to tell them, usipite hapa, haezi sikia. But I said choices of what? Consequences. Now, this young man is coming to our team with photos in very compromised situations and saying that if this woman drops me, I'm going to drop these photos online. And now, you see, this is what happens because it is beyond your control. The guy has said that even if he is forced to delete, he has them in different places. And you ask yourself, how deep was that love? How deep had that love gone to a point that this woman will be undressing in front of camera to a young man almost half her age? And now the young man is saying, should you at any given point, at least the man has not asked for money, but you see, the woman tried to contact the police, and the police asked, did you send them with consent? Did you do it willingly? Yeah, but I don't want them to be leaked. Where do you get the young man? He doesn't even have a home. You cannot tell where you will find him. And I want to make one thing clear. They don't meet on my show, but now they're now bringing that case to the show because it is related to what we are doing, because this is the Matchmaker show where we pair men and women for the sake of marriage. And it is very unfortunate. that one can find themselves in such a situation. That is something you would not even wish your worst enemy. But again, when things happen, they happen indeed. And so this one is a lesson to all of us, that even when you fall in love, you don't drop your brain. When you fall in love, it is good to understand that the other person is also human. They have shortcomings, and anything you do or say can be used against you, because love is just like a court of law. And it is very good to be discreet, to be disciplined, and to understand some of these things. So I want to encourage people who are in love to be very careful, even when they want to send photos, maybe to send nudes, because those photos, videos can be used against you. And were it not for our efforts to speak to the young man, I think, wacha hivyo mnasema what and what not, this woman, very respected, would have faced some music, especially through public ridicule, satire. People will mock you. And you see, when mockery is happening from a certain angle, to him more is given, more is expected. To them that more is given, more is expected. And to the woman, you are expected to be the bigger person, you see, in terms of age, in terms of understanding, in terms of experience. So there is no way you can say you are misled. And therefore, so do not drop common sense when you're dating, because once you drop common sense, then you're about to travel a very rough road. So I would really encourage people to be very serious and disciplined, and also look at the people you want to date. Look at the kind of look at the age. You see, there are people who are older than you, especially if you're a woman, people who are your age mates, slightly younger than you, and probably these people can rhyme very well. They are past that age where you feel that maybe you are compatible. They will be very compatible if your age mates slightly younger or slightly older or even older. But if somebody has an age difference, almost half your age, then we have some music to sing. Okay. And you will be taken through a very serious emotional roller coaster. So to avoid this, please get somebody who is decent, somebody who is appealing. I am not saying that you cannot date somebody who is not um somebody who is not your age or somebody who is younger than you. What I'm saying is they exist. There are also relationships that can be cited that have worked. I know you even have some of them in mind. You have examples upon examples. But that is not the bone of contention. The idea here is, even when you are dating, look at compatibility. Does this person have something to lose? You see, does this person has a reputation to protect? Okay. These are some of the things we are speaking here. Because apart from matching, we want to understand that people really understand that love, the emotion of love is very strong, but it is not the only thing that sustains a relationship or a marriage, rather. So are we together to that point? Very good. Have you subscribed, or you're just watching this show? And we are just a few, maybe 100 subscribers less of or shy of 30,000. It's gonna be a big celebration. 30,000 subscribers on YouTube is one of the hardest things to achieve under the moon. So if you have been a subscriber of this channel, thank you very much. Remain blessed. If you have not subscribed, I don't know why you haven't, but maybe you can today, because it is free to do that. Okay. And we said you don't watch these videos without liking them. You can also leave a comment and tell us what you think about that idea. Okay. God bless you. Bye bye.